Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So glad you're here. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We're doing another Christmas craft today, so I hope you enjoy it. Stick around. Here we go. This is what we're doing today. It is actually called a Reliquary dome, but it's a cloche. And you use what you want to use. I love the old world Santas, anything kind of antique looking, but you can use your traditional, Santas if you want to, whatever your taste is. Now, unfortunately, it came in the mail broken because the person that packed it obviously thought the glass would be fine without any padding in the mail. But it wasn't, so it got broken. And my replacement, I'm still waiting on it. So I've been waiting 2 weeks to do this video, and I still haven't gotten my replacement. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it with the broken one for right now. But I got this guy off of eBay, and of course I loved him because he looks antique. It's just an ornament. And the bottle brush tree I picked up, I think, end of the season last year for like 50 or 75% off, again, because it had that antique look to it. I took a pair of pliers and untwisted that little hook on the top of him, since we're not using him for the Christmas tree. That's just adding unnecessary height that I don't need. I have to trace around the base of him on this cork to kind of inset him into this cork because of the fact that he's a little bit too tall for this Reliquary dome. If you can find something that fits properly, then go ahead and use that by all means, because that would cause you to do less work like I'm doing right now. But I really, really wanted to use the Santa Claus, so I did this instead. So I just basically, after I traced around the base, I used my X-Acto knife and, followed that line that I made. Then I scored all along the cork, and I'm taking a, what do you call it? I'm having the older person brain fart right now. Butter knife. Took the butter knife, and I'm digging that all out. Once I got to a certain point, then I had to score it some more, and then dig some more, and then take that butter knife and kind of scrape it out, and really make sure that you don't go all the way through, because you don't want to do that. You don't want to ruin your base. But I also wanted to say to you guys, did you like my new intro? Wasn't it cool? If you are on Instagram, you need to go to Beck's Jackalope, and I'll go ahead and put it on the screen right now, and follow her on Instagram. But she made that for me. I tweaked it a little bit, but she made that for me, and I just thought it's awesome. Okay, now that I got that cleaned out, I basically took the hot glue gun and made sure it wasn't real bulky. I kind of smeared it on smooth and very little of it. Put it in the base, held it down while it was drying because I wanted to make sure it would dry completely straight up and down. Then I put a bead around the perimeter of the base of the Santa Claus to hold it in place. Now, things like this, if something ain't the right size, right color, whatever, stuff like that does not deter me. Obviously. So I'm whacking away at this bottle brush tree. It just had that look that I love. It had that undertones of silver with the gold tips, which had that really, antique, something, old look to it, which I thought would be perfect with my Santa Claus. Once you get it trimmed down to size, which you'll have to check occasionally, as you're working on it, because you don't want to you don't want to cut off too much. You want to make sure you don't make it too small. So check it a few times before you make your final decision and make the cut. Just use a pair of small wire cutters, and that'll cut right through it easily. See, now it fits all good. And I'm happy with my size. I'm going to be picking this stuff up for days. It's going to get into every crack and crevice of my kitchen. But hey, I'm sponsoring my own video again. So check me out on Etsy. Link is in the description of every video. Okay, Next, we are moving on to snow. I wanted snow. I didn't like some of the other mediums that I had. It just didn't look right to me. So I just basically took a few cotton balls from my bathroom and, fluffed them out, kind of spread them out. And I think it looks nice. It looks like snow. Now, if you want to add a little bit of glitter, like German glass glitter would look really pretty, or if you want to use just like a clear glitter to make it look like, the sparkly snow, that would be awesome on top of there too. But I'm just leaving it plain. And back to the trusty old glue gun again, putting a little bit on the top of that cork and going around and covering all of the cork so none of it sticks out. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do around the edges because you can't. Otherwise, that glass dome will not fit back on there properly. So you can just do it on the very top all the way around. And I kind of didn't want mine real fluffy, so I really smashed it down on there. And get a good dose of hot glue on the bottom of your tree. Stick that into place. Now, I did kind of separate those needles to where Santa Claus and the tree kind of fit together better. So I kind of spread those tree branches out where it was right up against Santa Claus and kind of pushed the tree around Mr. Santa Claus. And put a little bit of glue on both sides, front and back, and glued it directly onto the Santa Claus also, just to make sure that it does not come off. Now, these are like little berry picks, but they're wire, and I have them in different colors, but obviously the gold I thought would be good with this color combination I got going on. Now, you can either twist them together and do a double cluster. You can even do, like a bunch where you put like 4 together if you want to. And they'd be kind of like, ornaments on the tree. Or you can snip it in half and then just shove singles in there to have individuals. Or you can do a mixture like I'm doing right now on the tree to give it a little bit of interest. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. Some people may think this is a little bit much, that I'm doing too much, but you do what you want, whatever makes you happy. Now, this is kind of like a tin aluminum trim that you can purchase on Etsy, and I thought it would be perfect to set off the base. Now, you could also use, which I found this at a barn sale, and it's got a nice scalloped edge, and it's really old lace. And I thought, that would be an option too, is to use the lace if you wanted to, which I think either one of them is a really good option. I plan on probably making another one. I've got this little deer here, and I'm probably going to make another one with him. This ornament had a glass dome around it, and it was from my husband's grandparents, so I wanted to keep it anyways. So I decided to make like a little cloche for it. Basically, all this was, it's a cup, a glass cup. And this one right here is actually a little smaller, and it's to hold like a tea light. And I just took a piece of hardware from Hobby Lobby, took the screw out, and just used some E6000 and glue it to the bottom of it to make a little tiny cloche for my ornament. And you can use any kind of combination. I mean, if you find a container out there, it doesn't have to be this. It could be anything. Just kind of keep your eyes peeled. And, something that would work, even if it's a taller glass or anything like that. Also, architectural salvage is awesome. This would have been on a chandelier, and just kind of makes a decorative base for one of those little glass tea light holders, or like I said, for a glass cup, to make a little cloche like that, or you can use it for its intended purpose, which, you know, just flip it over and put your tea light in it. But yeah, you can use anything for a handle too. That's just one of those little cheapy wax seal stamps that you can get nowadays with the decorative top, and you could use that as a handle. That would work, like on the top here, and make you a little decorative cloche out of that. And these are all for your little small objects, something you want to draw the eye to, draw attention to. So these are just little ideas, but I love architectural salvage because there's so many possibilities of what you can do or use them for. So I always collect it if it catches my eye. Now, this is our finished project. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you try it yourself. I think the Tim Holtz Reliquary domes, you can get them at like Michael's or Joann's. If you can't find them in store, get them online, and hope to God that somebody knows how to pack it. But yeah, and there's our little upcycled cloche that we made. And Mr. Snowman, our last project that we did for Christmas this year, I had a huge cloche, and I went ahead and put him in it, put a little bit of, what did I use on the bottom there? It's kind of fuzzy furry. It's like a tinsel garland, but it's real feely. And I put that in the bottom, kind of acting like snow, and some pine behind him, and I think he looks really cool in his dome. But I hope you enjoyed this project, and you try it yourself, or you get some kind of inspiration from all the babbling I've done for the last 10 minutes. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think down in the comments section. So until next time, guys, I hope you have happy holidays. See you later.